I think it's pretty safe to say that one of the biggest questions going into Star Wars Episode 9 has all to do with exactly how J.J. Abrams is going to find a way to tie this movie to the prequel trilogy era. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, we do know that J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio are currently very much hard at work on developing the final installment of the Skywalker saga. They only have a couple of weeks left for filming. You know, they're going to go from this month of January all the way into February for a lot of Luke Skywalker scenes, and as well as Kylo Ren and Rey, etc. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. Now, one of which has all to do with a major prequel trilogy connection to Star Wars Episode 9 that also involves the character of Kylo Ren. Specifically, a description of a rear shot of Kylo Ren's shuttle entering the atmosphere of a world that is exactly the same as the planet of Mustafar. The next goes over Kylo Ren wearing his helmet with his cape blowing in the wind on top of a large cliff, watching over a river of lava flowing below. In the distance, a tall structure can be seen that seems to be obscured, that is likely to be Darth Vader's castle and/or fortress. Another describes Kylo taking his helmet off and digging his hand into the ground and making a fist with dirt compacted in his hand. The tall structure that appears to be Vader's castle appears different and corroded. The last goes over Kylo walking toward the tall structure, with the entrance of a cave below glowing yellow. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this, because I think that this most definitely lines directly up with exactly how Disney and Lucasfilm had plans to shoot over at Mount Etna in Italy. Now, we heard about that lightly months ago. We're not quite sure if they did end up filming there. They may actually still do it either during the month of January or February. But Mount Etna is the same exact filming location they used for Revenge of the Sith on the planet of Mustafar. Now, aside from all of that, how his ship is entering the atmosphere of this planet full of lava, and how he's actually standing on the edge of a cliff, watching over a whole entire river of lava, I think there's pretty much, a lot to say here, because Kylo Ren revisiting the planet of Mustafar not only is iconic, but is also very poetic to that of the prequel trilogy where Anakin and Obi-Wan visited the planet. Now, this also lines directly up with some of the flashback sequences and/or vision sequences that we actually went over a couple of months ago. Some of the descriptions actually involving Kylo Ren witnessing the battle between Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker. So for Darth Vader's castle to be involved, though, this also tells us that this would take place well after the events of Revenge of the Sith, visually speaking, of course. And if you look at it this way, we do see that Kylo Ren is a very conflicted character. This would probably be the best way for Kylo Ren to actually learn more about his grandfather, Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker. So him actually going over to Mustafar, we do know that J.J. Abrams is a big fan of the planet Mustafar and Darth Vader. He loves that whole entire set and the whole entire look of it all. And he has even expressed before in the past that he wants to do something big for the character of, Darth Vader and/or Kylo Ren in Star Wars Episode 9 and the sequel trilogy as a whole. So with that being said, Mustafar being a part of Episode 9, is it good or a bad in your opinion? To me, I think it's amazing. I think it's fantastic. I think it's a step in the right direction by Disney and Lucasfilm. Like I said, we heard about this lightly before in the past, that they wanted to film over in Mount Etna, Italy. Same exact place that they used for Revenge of the Sith. Now, if you look at Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, even the creators of that film has said before in the past that they do plan on bringing that planet back into a future Star Wars film. And Episode 9 really seems to fit the profile here. Now, for the character of Darth Vader, we do know that J.J. Abrams is doing amazing things for the character in this movie. Not only is he transferring a lot of elements of that character into Kylo Ren, but he's also going to create a lot of themes and/or pieces of symbolism to that of Darth Vader with Kylo Ren back and forth in the movie. So when we look at everything that has been happening in the sequel trilogy, a lot of people want change. A lot of people want some nostalgia or fan service or some kind of callback to the originals and the prequels, and we do know that J.J. Abrams has plans for that. He does have a big plan to connect this movie to the prequel trilogy era, and this is most definitely one of them, is that Kylo Ren is visiting the planet of Mustafar, either in the form of a dream sequence, vision, and or actually going there. Now, the thing that really does pique my interest is the mention of this cave that is seen through the eyes of Kylo Ren underneath the tall structure, which is likely Darth Vader's fortress. Now, in case you guys didn't know, there is a Sith cave that resides underneath the castle of Darth Vader. And also, in case you guys did not know this, Snoke's ring is actually made up of a piece from the planet of Mustafar. I believe it's like a crystal or a part of the soil on the planet of Mustafar itself, you know, the actual surface. So Snoke also has a connection to Vader and that planet and Darth Vader's fortress. So you can really see what JJ, Chris Terrio, and everybody else is trying to do here in order to really keep the continuity in place. The Last Jedi Visual Dictionary also tells us a lot of hints that we are going back to Mustafar as well in Star Wars Episode 9. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.